Good morning, everyone. How you all doing? I do apologize for my shiny face. I am sweating so much. So, good morning. My name is Bami, founder of Inspire to Soul Limited. My passion is to tend the broken wings of your dreams so that you can be inspired to soar above your troubles. So, welcome. If this is your first time watching this broadcast on this page, welcome. If you're a returning guest, welcome again, and thank you for always supporting me. So the conversation we've got this morning is about finding mercy in desperate times, in a desperate situation. And I will read an excerpt from my book and then talk about the important issue that I've got for this morning. And even if you cannot relate to what I'm talking about, I will ask of you to please share this everywhere you can so that someone who is affected can be encouraged to find help, to find the support that they need. You see, even the people that you think you know so well, they're probably facing private battles that you cannot even begin to comprehend. Okay, so let's go. Now, my book, which was published last year, the title is Navigating Your New Normal, A Roadmap for Life Fulfillment After Trauma. In the notes, you will see the link, the Amazon link, so you can check it out. Look at read the reviews from people who have read it and get yourself a copy. Here it is now. So, Navigating Your New Normal, A Roadmap for Life Fulfillment After Trauma is 3 parts memoir and 1 part framework. And the purpose is to give you like a tool, a practical tool for you to find fulfillment, for you to thrive in the aftermath of challenging circumstances. And my take is that you don't have to live a life of drudgery. You don't have to just go through the motions. So I'm going to read the excerpt that I want to read now, and then I will talk more about finding mercy in a desperate situation. Just 1 second, okay? There we go. So I'm reading from page 19. At the age of 11, I reached a point where I felt that life was not worth living and it would be better for everyone if I was out of the picture. In my naive young mind, I thought that by ingesting a strong disinfectant with a poison warning, I could just quietly fade away in my sleep. My brother and a cousin who were present at the time managed to talk me out of drinking the unpleasant stuff. They reminded me that if anything happened to me, my father would put the blame squarely at their feet. I did not want them to get into trouble, and that ended that desperate thought. So, the context for all of that, is growing up in an abusive home with a narcissistic sociopath for a father. And when things got on top of me, and I just thought, okay, it would be better if I was no longer around. Now, year upon year upon year, we hear of people who've taken their lives, who have unfortunately taken their lives. You might know someone like that, or you might have just read the news and everything. And majority of people think, why? What could they have been going through? And as we've seen in the news in recent times and over the years anyway, that the thought of ending one's life, it's no respecter of persons. It's not a function of, thank you, hello, the person who's joined me. I cannot see your name, but thank you for joining me. It's, the thought of hopelessness to the point where you think life is no longer worth living. It is not a function of age, as you've seen. My experience of that was when I was 11. It is not a function of culture. It is not a function of ethnicity, and it is not a function of socio-economic status. So you see the poor, it happens to the poor, it happens to the rich, and everyone in between. But you know what? When I tell people when I share some of this, my experience and everything, people are so quick to say, oh, well, yeah, you're strong. Oh, well, I will never go through anything like that or whatever. But I beg to differ. I can honestly say that there are a few reasons why I'm here, why I have not ended up down that rabbit hole, and why I'm still alive. And one of those reasons, it's the mercy of God. How do you quantify the mercy of God? How do you talk about the mercy of God? I honestly cannot tell you. All I can say is that it's undeserved. It's not something I worked hard for, because in my mess, God reached out to me. And that has happened through the people that I've been surrounded by. People who did not judge me. People who did not make me feel like a criminal, who did not make me feel even worse than I already feel. People who did not think I was being self-indulgent, but people who are just there. You know, because I would like to say that, okay, I was only in that kind of desperation when I was 11. I've had flashing thoughts of that as an adult, but again, the difference, it's about the community of people around me, people who are non-judgmental, people who are kind, people who have shown empathy, and of course, professionals who I could unburden my soul to, who are trained, therapists who are trained to support me at every stage of the journey. So I want to speak to that person. I want to speak to you, whoever you are. If you're going through a very desperate time, if you're going through a season when you're struggling to get out of bed, you don't even think you can face one more day, regardless of your status, regardless of where you live, the thoughts, the feelings of desperation, of hopelessness, they don't discriminate, you see. But I want to encourage you today, please ask for help. Because no man is an island. We were not meant to do life alone. Find yourself a community of people who are non-judgmental, who will not judge you, who will just hold your hand. They might not know the right things to say, but, good morning, Pastor Victoria Lawrence. They might not know the correct thing to say. They might not know where to go. They might not even know how you feel, but they can give you the gift of presence, the gift of empathy, the gift of kindness. And you see, a lot of these gifts are so desperately needed in this our world. So I want to encourage you, please speak up. If you're watching this and that's the position in which you find yourself, or you know someone who does, please send me a private message and I will do my best to respond. I will pray with you. I will encourage you. I will listen, because words are often trite in circumstances like this. Words are often inadequate, but I can give you the gift of listening. You see? Now, to those who cannot even begin to comprehend what this feels like, the feelings of hopelessness, the feelings of not wanting to be here, I want to please beg you. If you don't know what to say, zip your lips. Because telling people that, oh, why did they have to do that? Oh, yes, it's selfish. Oh, yes, oh, that's just crazy. Or it's a taboo. It's not something, it's not part of our culture. All of those things are unhelpful. They are totally unhelpful. And not just that. What happens is that people who are struggling, when they hear those things, it makes them retreat into themselves, and they are less likely to seek help. You see, every single person that you see, no matter how much you think you know them, they are fighting a private battle that you cannot even begin to comprehend. I don't know whose quote that is, but that is the truth. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know you don't know what is feeding the feelings of desperation, of helplessness, of hopelessness. So I want to beg of you, let us be each other's keeper. Let us watch out for each other. Let us give each other the gift of presence, being there. You don't have to have smart remarks. You don't have to have wise words, because there are no wise words. The gift of presence, the gift of kindness, and the gift of empathy. Empathy says, look, even though I am not walking in your shoes, I am a human being just like you, and my heart bleeds for you. So I will sit here with you and I will just listen, without judgment, without condemnation, without shame. Because one of the things that I can say for real is silence, secrecy, shame. Within this context, they are killers. They are killers, honestly. And how many more people? I wouldn't want us to lose more people. If there's anything we can do, okay, there will be people that we might not be able to help in the way we want, but we can support them. And also, I want to stress the whole issue of seeking professional help. You see, over the years, through the trauma of childhood abuse, through the trauma of being a breast cancer patient, of losing my sister, losing my mom, the one thing that I've been able to access has been the help of professionals, whether they're counselors, whether they're psychologists, therapists who are trained to listen, who are trained to help, who are trained to help get me out of the dark, bad patches. And I want to encourage you, if you have access to professional help, please do get that help. And for those who are leaders, who are in positions of authority, I want to beg of you, do not judge. Do not judge. Do not criticize. The time when someone is in a desperate place, that's not the time for a lecture. That's not the time for criticism. And that there is never any place for judgment. Because how can you judge another? You are not the one who made them. But coming back, the whole purpose of this is about the mercy of God. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching, the mercy of God is available to you. Wherever you are, cry out to Him. Cry out to Him. And at the end of the day, none of us has ever seen God in person, but He will bring, if you ask for His mercy and His grace and everything, He will bring people alongside you. People who will be there so that you don't walk this journey alone. But I also want to let you know, I don't want you to walk that journey alone. So send me a private message on Messenger if you want me to listen, pray with you, encourage you. Because as one who understands what it is, who understand a little bit, I wouldn't say all the time, who understand a bit of what it's like to be in that desperate, hopeless place, I want to encourage you. I want to give you the gift of kindness. Yes, it's over the internet and everything, but it's still, at least you will know you are heard. You will know that your voice is heard. You will know that somebody is prepared to listen. And you will know that there is somebody who is praying for you, lifting you up before God for mercy, for grace, for strength, and for you to see light at the end of the dark tunnel you're in. So that's my conversation with God this morning. I will be putting this on the YouTube channel as well. You will see the link to the YouTube channel. I want to encourage you to please subscribe, share this video, and so that whenever I put up new videos on the YouTube channel, you will see it there. And we will do this life's journey together, encouraging one another. giving hope to one another, and ensuring that nobody walks alone, especially in the aftermath of traumatic events of life. So until the next, please do let me know what you think. Oh, hi Steven, thank you for joining me. So please do let me know what you think. And if you, those of you who are just watching now, you can go to the very beginning to see what I've been talking about finding mercy in a desperate place. So please share this video as many times as you can. Encourage people. And whenever you have the opportunity, please give the gift of kindness, of presence, and of empathy. Even when you are tempted to say something judgmental, I will urge you, count 1 to 10 and hold it in and just listen, because you never know what someone else is going through. You never know the tormenting thoughts. You never know the desperation, the quiet desperation that's been boiling up on the inside. And I know that together in this Inspired to Soul community, we can walk with one another. We can encourage one another. We can inspire one another. So, again, in the notes, you will see the link to my book, and you'll also see the link to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and share if this has been of help to you. And if you know anyone who does need to hear this message, please be kind and pass it on. Until the next time, be inspired to soar and give the gift of kindness, of presence, and of empathy. This world that we live in is in desperate need of it. Take care. Bye.